Hey everyone, this is Sierra and I'm back with another pick a card video, and this video is regarding what is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So you'll definitely want to have someone in mind. If you've been wondering why somebody's communication behaviors have changed, maybe the frequency of their behavior has changed, they're not calling you as much, they're not texting you as much, maybe they're giving you the cold shoulder, or you just know something is off. It just seems like the energy is different. You definitely want to tune into this video to get some clues and some insight as to why their communication has changed or what is affecting the way they communicate with you. So you can be in separation with this person, or you all could still be in communication, but there's just something that might seem a little bit off. So please feel free to tune into this video for more insight as to why. So you definitely want to use your intuition to pick your pile. This is a group reading, so make sure you take what resonates and leave what does not. If you're not sure how to pick your pile or which pile to pick, ask your spirit guides. Take some time to pause the video so you can look at the cards for a little while and see which one is drawn to you. Now, don't be afraid to pick a certain image, even if you're drawn to it because you feel like the image itself is positive or negative. You don't know how I'm going to interpret the image when your pile actually comes up. So you don't want to try to pick your piles based on if you think the image is a good image or a bad image. All right, so pile number 1 is the moon. Pile number 2 is the coffin. Pile number 3 is the flag, and pile number 4 is the house. Again, pile number 1 is the moon, pile number 2 is the coffin, pile number 3 is the flag, and pile number 4 is the house. So take some time to see which pile you are drawn to, and then go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box or the comment section so you can skip to your reading. All right, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey, group number 1, you all chose the moon. So of course, if you don't, well, I don't want to say of course because you all may not read tarot, but the moon typically represents the subconscious, things that you may not be aware of, behaviors you may not be aware of, secrets, things coming to light, intuition, things of that nature. So we'll see what more information about that moon card when we kind of get into the rest of your cards. But this video is going to be regarding what is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So whoever you're thinking about, or whoever you were thinking about at the time of you selecting your pile, this is going to give you some insight as to why they communicate with you the way they do, or if they haven't been communicating with you lately, this could be some insight into why. All right, so we have flowers, happiness, bowl, plenty of material things, heart, love, deep affection, and caring. And then we have concern, which is card number 33. So the number 33 or the number 6 could mean something to you. Also, the number 3 can represent being in alignment, mind, body, soul, spirit, you know, that kind of thing. So it can represent just being in alignment. So that might mean something to you. But then we also have the stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception. And then we have butterfly, which of course can represent transformation, evolving, growth, pretty much. So these are some interesting cards to start off with. So I'm getting that this may not be something that you're dealing with now, but possibly in the past, whether it be the recent past or a while ago. You may have had a situation with this person where They betrayed you. They betrayed your trust. They did something to cause a rift in your relationship. They did something to create a relationship where you're not necessarily able to trust this person. So that's what I'm getting so far. So with the moon card, you may have found some things out that weren't so great when it comes to this person and your relationship with this person. Maybe they were lying about who they are, or just doing things behind your back. Now let's go ahead and get into the rest of the cards. Oh, and with this concern card, clearly you probably have some concerns about how genuine this person is, if this person has the ability to change, if you should fully trust this person or not, or move forward in your relationship with this person. I feel like for most of you, this is going to probably be a romantic connection, but this could apply to, you know, a familial relationship, a relationship with a family member, or a friendship. But for the most part, this is probably going to be romantic. We also have the changing your mind, the world, adjacent possibilities, compromise, expect powerful change, and I'm not the same person that you remember. Okay, and then I also pulled some tarot cards. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna have to cover up some of the cards. The Hierophant. Two of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. All right, so what I'm getting from all of the cards collectively is, like I said earlier, this person probably has done something wrong. This person probably has done something to you that you had to forgive them for, or maybe you're still working on forgiving them for it, or you forgave them but you didn't forget. Now, we can't always, it's pretty hard to forget what somebody has done to you, but you have to actively make the choice, make the decision that you're going to move past what they have done to you in the past, and you're not going to let it keep creating friction between you all. So if you decide you want to move forward with this person, then you don't want to keep holding something against them that they did to you in the past. You don't have to necessarily forget it. I don't know if any of us truly forget anything that anyone has done to us, but if you're going to allow somebody to come back into your life, you don't want to constantly hold things over their head. So if they are being distant, or if they aren't being like completely forthcoming to you about their feelings, their emotions, if they don't communicate with you the way that you want them to, it's because they can sense that you are still holding something over their head, or you are still not fully trusting them, or you're expecting for them to do something wrong and making a mistake again. So with the plenty of material things here and the Ace of Pentacles, if this person is not communicating with you the way that you want them to, as far as the frequency of communication, like maybe they don't call you as much as you want them to, maybe they don't text you as much as you want them to, they are working on building material wealth. And this could be because they want to be able to be more supportive for you. So there might be some times where they are actually working, like they're at work and they're not able to text you or call you because they're actually working. They're trying to build stability when it comes to finances and financial abundance. So if you think that they might be lying to you about that, maybe that's something you all have had arguments about, then they are definitely working on creating more opportunities for themselves, which can create more opportunities for both of you. Now, if it's not clear to you already by the cards that I read off, this person is definitely wanting to make a change. It seems like they have already changed. We have the butterfly, which is representing evolution, and the card specifically says relationship evolving into the next phase. Now we have that along with the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents tradition, it represents conformity, but it can also represent a marriage. Now it's possible, if this is a romantic relationship, that this person is wanting to marry you. We also have the Two of Cups. This is a good card to get if we're talking about relationships and how somebody feels towards you. This represents reciprocity. This represents both people being willing to put in the work into making the relationship work. So this represents mutual feelings. So we're not dealing with a situation of unrequited love here. If this is a romantic relationship, if this is a friendship, this is just about, you know, again, reciprocity, both people wanting to make the friendship work. But you may feel like this person doesn't truly love you, or doesn't truly deeply care for you, or may not want to make a step to the next level with you, because they might not be showing it to you, because you might not be you may not be as nice to this person. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and that's why I'm saying that, because you may feel like they aren't truly forthcoming, or they are being deceptive, or they were in the past and not necessarily that way now. You may be holding back on the kindness, the niceness, like now we don't have the Queen of Swords here, so it's not like you are just completely rude to this person, or you cut this person off, and you know, it's not that. It's just that they can sense that you may still not be over some of the things that they may have put you through. You might have a little bit of jealousy issues, possibly. They may feel like you might not feel like you do anything wrong in the situation, anything that has gone wrong between you all. They may feel like you don't necessarily accept your part in the things that have gone wrong between you all, and it's kind of just like you put everything on them. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying this is how they feel. Sometimes there's no right and wrong when it comes to how people feel. They might feel like you're a little bit temperamental, like, you know, moody, like one minute you're all right, and then you might start thinking about some of the things they've done to you in the past, and then you might catch an attitude, and it's not like something that you are doing on purpose, but you just might want to be mindful of that. And then we have the changing your mind. So that's kind of like the temperamental, moody thing. It's like one minute you're able to forgive and forget, and the next minute it's like you just thought about what they did to you and you got an attitude all over again. Also, the changing your mind is, you know, with this I'm not the same person that you remember. They want to be able to change your mind about how you see them and how you view them. They want you to know that they are working on changes. And based on what I have here, it looks like they actually have made changes. We have the Compromise card here, the World card, and adjacent possibilities, as well as expect powerful change. So you can expect powerful change. Let me move this, because the adjacent possibilities card, you see all these doors. There's a lot of doors here. There's so many different avenues you can take, so many different paths you can take, so many different doors you can open. So for one, they are trying to get to a point where you all have options, for one. So they're working on their material stability, material wealth, but also you can decide how you want this to go. How do you want this relationship to go? Are you going to give them another chance, or are you going to choose to keep using things, holding things over their head and using them against them? We have the World card here, so things can change for the better if you want them to. So you just have to make that decision to compromise with them. Let me see. So, also with the moon card, so of course this can represent you finding out some things about them, and it seems like this was in the past, or not necessarily the present, maybe the recent past, or long time ago. But also you not being aware of your behavior towards them, you not being aware of how you're coming off towards them. So this is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So this wasn't all bad. Now I'm kind of telling you that the way you're behaving could have something to do with it, but also I'm telling you some good news, meaning they are making the changes that you actually want them to make, and this relationship could actually get to a much more positive place if both of you put in the work and accept accountability for anything that has gone wrong in the relationship. So that's good. It could be worse than that. So hopefully this resonated with you. Please feel free to let me know in the comment section if it did. Also, please feel free to let me know what pile you picked. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I definitely would appreciate it. If you have already subscribed, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, you all chose the coffin. Please do not be afraid because it's a coffin. It's a little bit more dramatic than what it is. It basically just represents something coming to an end, something ending, something needing to transform, the need for something to end so a transformation can take place. So it's not literally representing somebody dying. We have the death card here as well. Same thing. It's pretty much just like the coffin. It's just like a confirmation that you all chose the right pile, or that the message is correct for this pile, which is that there is a need for something to end, a transformation to take place. So this video is about what is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So the person that you were thinking about when you chose this pile, why are they communicating with you the way that they are? If they have stopped communicating with you altogether, why aren't they communicating with you right now? So if you guys are in separation or there's no contact, this can give you some clues and some insight as to why, or if, maybe they're more aggressive than they usually are. Maybe they're more quiet than they usually are. Maybe the frequency of contact has changed. So let's get into it. We already know there's probably a situation where you guys are not talking right now, or communication has slowed down a great deal. And so let's get into some of the cards. We do have the harp, great happiness, torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness and understanding, table, hard work ahead. We have mature woman and mature man. So that's just the first 5 cards. We'll get into the other cards in a minute. So clearly here, there's a need for not one, but both of the people in the situation. That would be you and that would be the other person. There's a need for maturity to grow. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship or a familial relationship between family members, or any other type of relationship, business relationship, whatever. Most of the time people are watching these sort of videos because it is a romantic relationship that they are inquiring about. But if you were thinking about a friend at the time of choosing this pile, this could apply to you also. And it doesn't have to be a man and a woman. It doesn't have to be 2 people of the opposite sex. The reason why the mature man and the mature woman came out is because it's to make sure that it's clear that both parties in the situation have some maturing to do. Both parties have some growth that needs to take place. So maturity doesn't necessarily mean you are childish. As we can see here, there's a need for spiritual development and enlightenment. So don't feel offended and think, well, I'm not childish, that person is childish. We mean mature as far as growth needing to take place. So you could be childish, they could be childish, or it could just be the need for spiritual growth, spiritual development, spiritual maturity. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have our connection still affects me. So even if this person isn't talking to you right now, they definitely think about you. They definitely probably want to reach out to you. But again, this could be something that they don't necessarily even have control over. Sometimes it's your higher power, it's the universe, it's your spirit guides, it's whoever you believe in that are causing a rift between you and somebody else, you and a job, you and whatever, because there's a need for growth. And in order for you to grow, or the other person to grow, or both people to grow, there needs to be a separation. So sometimes it's not even necessarily completely up to either one of you. So that is why they could still be thinking of you and still want to talk to you and be around you, but they may not be talking to you right now, or their communication may have changed. And then also the maturity aspect could have something to do with it. Maybe they feel like you need to call them first. That could be it also. Now we do have the spiritual growth card here. And we also have the 5 of Pentacles. So that's why I'm thinking that you guys probably aren't really talking right now. That's the card of just feeling left out in the cold, feeling lost, feeling left behind pretty much. So they could be feeling that way. They could feel like you did that to them. You could feel like they did that to you. Put the roles wherever they need to be. Let's see what else we have. So we have the remain positive, improving health and rest and rejuvenation, as well as the 5 of Swords and the Death card. So it seems like there was some fighting that went on, some arguing that has gone on, either between you two. For the most part, I do believe it was you all arguing with each other, but they could also have some other things going on in their life where they're fighting and arguing with other people, and that could just be stressing them out. And so they don't really want to talk to anyone else at this time. But definitely you all have had some arguments and some fights too. And it's time for a rest. It's time to have, you all needed a break. Y'all needed a break from each other so that you can get yourself together and they can get their self together. And if you all are meant to come back together, you will. But sometimes, like I said earlier, in order to grow, you do need to be separated from somebody. They can actually hinder your growth sometimes. The connection can hinder your growth sometimes because you're so focused on that other person and your connection with that person that you're neglecting the work that needs to be done on yourself, and vice versa. And we also have the 3 of Wands. So that's just representing the need for you to have foresight and remain positive, and improving health kind of goes along with that. They want you to be able to see that even though things aren't going so well right now between the two of you, even though communication isn't how you want it to be between the two of you, this is for your greatest and highest good. So remain positive that whatever is for your greatest and highest good is going to happen, whether it be you coming back together with that person or you moving on from that person and finding somebody else that's even better than that person, that's better suited for you than that person is, or other aspects of your life flourishing because you're not putting all of your energy into focusing on your situation with the other person. With the girl talk, again, this can represent the maturity aspects. Just like maybe one or both of you were constantly involving other people in, you know, any situations that you all had between each other. You definitely don't want to involve too many people when you have a fight or an argument. They can definitely make things worse. So make sure you have the discernment and the wisdom to know who you should go to for advice, or who you should lean on, whose shoulder you should lean on, who you should tell. Like, you know, this happens a lot with families where you're in a relationship with somebody, they do something wrong, you go tell your mom. Like, we all want to go tell our mom, or our sisters or our cousins or whatever, and then they don't like that person anymore because you keep telling them all the negative things about them, and it's hard for them to be happy for you if you end up getting back with that person. So, you know, that can happen in any sort of relationship. So make sure you're being careful who you tell your problems to when it comes to this person. And it could also represent just the need to go out and have fun and not think so much about the person not being there for you. We have step out of your comfort zone. So again, the separation needed to occur, the change. If it hasn't occurred, it might need to occur. If you haven't completely stopped talking to this person, you might need to for a little while. Step outside of your comfort zone, and then you might just find exactly what you're looking for, or you might find something that you didn't know you were looking for, but it's perfect for you. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. I hope it resonated with you. If it didn't, maybe you should check out another pile, or if part of it did and part of it didn't, just take what resonated, leave what didn't. Remember, this is a group reading. And also, if you did like the reading, if you enjoyed the reading, please feel free to leave a comment below. It definitely helps me to know what types of videos I should be making. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey, group number 3. You all chose the flag. Alright, so this reading is going to be about what is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So the person that you were thinking about at the time of picking your pile, why are they communicating with you the way they are? Is there a lack of communication? Have they slowed down communication? Are they communicating more? What is causing this change in communication? What's going on in their life, or what are they feeling that has caused them to switch it up on you? So we're going to look into why that happened. Now with the flag, you know, this can represent victory. This can represent marking your territory. This can represent throwing in the towel. I think there's like a saying that says wave the white flag or something, like kind of like, I guess not necessarily throwing in the towel, but like extending an olive branch, like, or just coming to an agreement to compromise, you know, something like that. But let's get further into your reading, and then the crown may make a lot more sense. All right, so we have diamond, you'll be receiving a gift or giving a gift. Dagger, fear, worry, tense situations. Marriage, crown, honor, and deep respect will come to you. Toil and labor, and house. That's the first row. So this is telling me that you may have considered wanting to be in a partnership with this person. If this is not a romance you're thinking about, if it's a friendship or, you know, business related, you have thought about being in a partnership with this person. If it is romantic, you have probably thought about marrying this person or taking things to the next level with this person. And I feel that they have thought about this with you as well. So I do feel like those feelings are mutual between both of you. However, there is something that is causing a delay as far as that happening. Things aren't moving at the pace you want them to move. We have the house, so you're definitely looking for security. You definitely want to be in something that is stable. Now, I don't know what security looks like to you. It could be financial, but it's looking like more than financial because we have the crown. Honor and respect will come to you. So it seems like you want to be in like a traditional marriage. because that is considered to be honorable in society, to actually be. It's kind of like a validation that some people need for the relationships that they're in. So I feel like that's something you want, and I feel like the other person does want that too. But we have the toil and labor, and we have the dagger, fear, worries, tense situation. So this is harder. This situation is harder than it should be. And that could be because there's a breakdown in communication. What we have to understand is that there are times when somebody has mutual feelings towards us, but they don't have the proper tools to communicate properly what it is that they're feeling. Or they may feel a certain way, but their actions are not matching it. So it could be that this person's actions and their communication behaviors are not matching the way that they feel. You can have the greatest intentions in the world, but if your actions do not match that, it's just intentions. Intentions can go nowhere if you don't actually act on it. So it seems like this person's communication behaviors are affecting your ability to go to the next level with this person. We have emotions in the Page of Swords in reverse. So this person definitely has issues with communicating, whether it be the frequency of communication, where they are consistent with their communication, or they're just not able to properly express the way that they're actually feeling. So it's coming off like they don't want to talk to you, or it's coming off like they don't care. Let's see what else is coming up. So we do have, what is this card? Adjustments are required. And that's with their communication. They need to be able to show their emotions so that you're not confused. If this is you in the situation, then apply this to you. You can always flip the roles. If I'm saying something and it sounds like, okay, this is the situation, but it's actually me that needs to work on my communication or showing my emotions, then hey, this might apply to you too. So you can always flip the roles if you need to. All right, but I am showing, communicate. Sorry, I couldn't fit all the cards. So some of them are covered up, and I'm like, what does this say? Okay, so we have communicate clearly. So again, the Page of Swords. The swords do represent communication, intelligence, mentality, stuff like that. So there are adjustments required with the communication behaviors, and I feel like it's with the consistency of communication. I feel like that is what the problem here is here, and not clearly expressing their emotions. Maybe they're an Aquarius. That's an inside joke for some people who know what I'm talking about. No shade to the Aquariuses though, but I've been in a situation like this with an Aquarius, so I know how it is. All right, so now they have here that I'm reminded of you constantly, and your words linger in my mind. So they definitely think about you a lot. Whether they are telling you is another story, but they definitely are thinking about you a lot. They definitely do think about taking things to the next level with you. They do imagine that, but again, if it's all in their head, how are you supposed to know? If their actions aren't matching, how are you supposed to know? So you're gonna have to think about how long you want to, wait for this person to get that together. We have cornucopia, Two of Swords. Oh, look. It's almost like the same. These aren't the same number, but they kind of look the same. I believe this is 11 and this is Roman numeral 2, but, they kind of look the same. 11, kind of. So, I don't know. Is there a light bulb going off here? So cornucopia, Two of Swords, Hand of Cards. It says take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. Then we have Twin Flames, the Snake, and it says competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. We have the High Priestess, and we have the Lovers. So There are a lot of good cards here. And that means that this person does think highly of you. This person does consider you as a serious option. And I'm talking to the people that are viewing in regarding a romantic connection with somebody. This person definitely sees you as an option. And of course, the Lover's card can represent partnership that is not romantic. So, you know, this could apply to people who are not watching for a romantic connection, but let's keep it real. Most people are. Most people want to know about romantic connections. So, they definitely think highly of you. I think the toil and labor applies to not only it's just going to be a lot of work for you all to make this work, but also both of you are hard workers as well. So that could definitely affect the communication behavior. How much work do you want to do though? It's one thing to know how somebody feels about you. It's one thing to have confirmation that they feel good about you, they like you, they love you, they want to be with you, they think you're beautiful, they think you're great, they admire your work ethic. But if they're not acting on it, and if they're not communicating with you consistently, is that something that you want? It says there's something better here. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying it says there's something better here. So what if you could have somebody that feels all of these great things about you, and they communicate consistently, and they make sure that you know it, and they're able to show you their emotions without hiding it? It's up to you what you want to do. Because we have the twin flames here. You guys complement each other. You guys would be good together. Y'all would be really, really good together. Y'all would work really good together if this person could just get out of their head. And they got options. Now, most likely you have options too, because that's why they like you so much. That's why they, you know, definitely picture themselves going to the next level with you. So, you know, I'm not saying you don't have options too, because I'm pretty sure that you do, but they also have options. So a cornucopia, that's saying that y'all got options here. Y'all have more than one person to choose from. So that's why they're saying there's something better. But also this person could be searching for perfection. Are they looking for something better? They like what they have. They like what they see in you, but are they constantly on the search for something greater? Are they ever satisfied? Or is this you in the situation? Like I said, reverse the roles if you need to. So they're trying to pick between options. We have the Two of Swords, the Hand of Cards. You know, one of the keywords is option and being strategic. And then we have the Snake. And the Snake can represent competition, and the other woman as a figure of speech. Put whatever gender needs to be there in your situation. So is this person like thinking they're on The Bachelor or something? Are they thinking they have that you have to be in competition? Are they trying to see who can do the most for them? How can they get the most out of a partner, whether it's romantic or not? That's something to think about. And the reason why I'm saying I know you have options, but I'm saying they definitely have options too, because we have the Snake here. So that is what could be affecting their communication behavior towards you. So just know they definitely do think highly of you. They definitely do see themselves being with you. But you have some decisions to make. How important is consistent communication to you? How important is somebody being able to show you their emotions and be vulnerable with you in that way? Maybe you're okay with an open situation where both of you are able to have your options, but still communication is probably important, even if you're okay with that type of situation. Okay, that's pretty much what I have. So hopefully that resonated. If it did, please feel free to let me know in the comments section. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey, group number 4, you all chose the house. So when I see this house, you may have heard me say this in another video because I think the house recently came up in another video. I think about different levels to something having different layers, and also, of course, houses can represent stability. So that's what I think about when I see the house. Now, this video is regarding what is affecting their communication behavior towards you. So the person that you were thinking about at the time of you choosing your pile, what is affecting the way they are communicating with you? Has the frequency of their communication changed, meaning they may not call you or text you as much anymore? They may not come to physically see you as much anymore. You may be in separation and not having any contact with this person at all. Maybe they ghosted you. Maybe they're just not treating you the same. You all may still be in communication with each other, but you can tell something has changed. They might be giving you the cold shoulder, stuff like that. So this video is going to give you some insight and some clues as to why they are behaving the way they are. Okay, so let's start off by reading some of your cards. We have bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. So this card definitely came up in a recent video that I did. I think it was the one regarding what ancestors and spirit guides are with you and what their message is for you. So if you watched that video, you may have seen this card in one of the piles that you chose. Also, we have the needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. Woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. All right, so just based on those four cards, it seems like one of you is working on something. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is, basically waiting on the fruits of your labor. Waiting for, harvest time pretty much. So maybe they have changed their communication towards you because they are working on something. They just might be busy right now. And maybe this message is for you, as far as there might be somebody in your life that is going to be coming into your life to help you reach the next level. And this person possibly could have been a blockage for that. So that could be why they are being removed from your life. If you recently asked for the universe to remove people from your life that don't serve your greatest and highest good, or that are blockages, and you see people start changing their communication behavior towards you, that could be why. That just may be needed to make room for things that are meant for you, for your greatest and highest good. So for some of you, it's as simple as that. For others of you, it's a little bit more deep than that. All right, so we have, and again, this is a group reading, so that's why there might be, certain things that resonate with some people that choose a pile, and then some things might not. So for some of you, that's what it is. For others of you, like I said, it's a little bit more deep than that. So we have the Thief, we have imprisonment, we have the Devil card, we have self-indulgence, focus on self-work, time to heal, and shadow work. Y'all know I love to talk about shadow work. We have the chaser in a codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment. So with the Devil card, that definitely makes sense. The Devil card can represent codependency. It can represent abusive relationships. It can represent addictions. So if you are dealing with any of those things, that could be affecting this person's communication behavior towards you. Now, if you need to reverse the roles, if this is you in the situation, You can always reverse the roles because, again, this is a general reading. So you're going to have to use your intuition to kind of put together some of the pieces. But definitely getting codependency out of all the things the devil can represent. The devil card, codependency, is definitely standing out. So the need to be a little bit more confident in yourself and understand that you don't need someone. There's no one else that can complete you. I know we hear that a lot. We hear that we have our other half. We hear that people say this person completes them. You need to be complete within yourself. That person that you're with needs to be complete within themselves, and you all can come together to complement each other. So we complement each other, but we don't complete each other. If you're looking for someone to complete you, that's where you're going wrong, and it's time to do some shadow work to see why you don't feel complete just all on your own. So whenever there's a need for shadow work and self-work to be done, if we don't take the warning, if we don't take it into our own hands and decide to do it on our own, then we will see relationships start to fall apart, because the universe or your higher self, your higher power, whatever you believe in, they're tearing it apart. It's like, if you don't listen, then they just, let's just help her along or him along here. Let's remove some of these blockages. A lot of the times relationships are what get us on our path. Us having a breakdown in our relationships is what gets us on our path to start doing the work that needs to be done, because sometimes we are motivated by pain. We are motivated by things just falling apart. So that will happen to us sometimes. We also have don't let your past hold you back. So if you are still letting attachments to things that have happened to you in the past, past relationships or whatever, affect you now, you definitely don't want to do that. If there's anything that needs to be released, you want to make sure you release it. If you don't know if there's something that needs to be released, a thought pattern or, forgiveness that needs to be given, something like that, then that's what shadow work is for. That's why you need to do inner child healing and all of that stuff. And then we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, this can represent pride. This can represent somebody, letting things go to their head. So maybe you're dealing with somebody that is very prideful. And if you are letting them know that they're doing things that are hurtful to you, they might not be the most apologetic about it. It could also be pride in the sense of you're letting your pride hold you back. You don't want to admit that you might need help. You might not want to ask people for help, especially when it comes to stuff like shadow work and emotional problems. Maybe you don't want to admit it to yourself that it's time for you to take a step back and just be by yourself. So that could be what's affecting this person's communication behaviors towards you, because again, when we don't take the time to do the work that we need to do on ourselves, we'll see a breakdown in our relationships, and that will kind of motivate us to start doing the work on ourselves. And then there's some of us that just don't ever get it, and that's when you get into karmic relationships where in the next lifetime you are running into the same issues and you're running into some of the same people that you knew in prior lives, and you're having to repeat that lesson because you didn't evolve and you didn't learn your lessons. I learned a lot about karmic relationships in this lifetime, so I've had several of them. So I'm to the point where I learned my lesson. I don't have time for any more. No more lessons when it comes to relationships. So don't be like me and have to go through a few of them until you get the point. I'm here right now to let you know, if you start doing the work now, it'll be a lot easier on you. So we have the Take the Next Step Now card. So take the next step now. Like I said, if you're not sure if this is something that you're dealing with or that you need to deal with, it doesn't hurt to take the time to do some journaling or inner child work. Look up how to do it. Ask me how to do it in the comments. If you want a video on it, let me know. You can figure out how to do it if you really want to do it. So it's called shadow work. Look it up. Look up inner child healing. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Now this represents a true and authentic offer. Basically something that is going to make you happy, something that you've been waiting on, but it's not something that comes to you quickly, so it can take a while to get to you. And you know, sometimes things that are worthwhile are, you know, you have to wait for it. I don't know, I don't remember what that saying is. But sometimes, you know, if you want something of quality, you have to wait. You don't want something to be rushed. So this could represent the need to be patient, the need for stability. This can also represent somebody not giving you a true offer. This can represent broken promises. So if you're dealing with that, then you're probably going to continue to deal with that until you get the shadow work going. Because we definitely want this to be upright. This is a good card to get upright. My camera's gonna overheat, so if it cuts off, I might have to, you know, start over and make another video. But anyway, we want this to be upright. We want a true offer, but yours is in reverse right now. So this person might not have a authentic offer for you. They might just be playing with you, stringing you along, and, you know, wanting to keep you imprisoned with this imprisoned card. They might want to just steal your heart, steal your energy. The devil card can represent narcissists. So, you know, they like to, they're like energy vampires. They like to take your energy, but they don't give you much in return. They don't reciprocate. False offer. So we have the door to value card. If you want to find the door to value, if you want to find true, genuine offers in love or whatever type of relationship you're watching this video for, it's time to do the self-work so you can recognize it. You need to be able to recognize it, so that way you don't spend time with people that really don't have true, genuine offers for you. So it says, I miss you regardless of how things might seem. Yeah, they might miss you. This might be for the first group of people where I was saying this person is probably working right now. They probably have a lot on their plate when it comes to work. So I feel like the I miss you regardless of how things seem apply to them. There's two separate groups of people that have chosen this pile. For the other ones of you, it's time to work on your heart chakra. Okay, group number 4, I'm back. I was trying to out-talk my camera overheating. I was like almost at the end too. So I think I was on the heart chakra card. So there is a need to work on your heart chakra, which is what's letting me know you need to do some shadow work. Make sure your heart chakra is balanced. So that way you can attract the type of people you want into your life. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be any type of relationships, period. And that's how you're going to find your door to value. That's how you're going to find what it is that you want. That's how you're going to be able to flip this around, okay? And we have not the right time, look for a sign, and new exercise program. So with the new exercise program, I am not saying you need to exercise. I'm not saying you need to lose weight. I'm not saying you need to gain weight. That is representing how you feel about yourself. If you do not feel like you're at your best, then that is going to affect the type of people that you attract. Even if you do attract people that are genuine, you aren't going to be able to fully receive it because you are insecure about yourself. Also, it represents if you're not like insecure about how you look or the way people perceive you, then it represents the need to get to work. Exercising is all about taking initiative. So it just represents the need to take initiative, do the shadow work that you need to do. If you're tired of hearing me talk about shadow work, if you get started on it, then it might not come up so much in the readings. But that's part of what I'm here to do. So, you know, if you need help with that, please feel free to let me know. So they're saying it's not the right time. So that's why the communication has changed between you and this person. And then again, for some of you, it's not that serious. It's just that the other person is just busy right now. They're trying to, you know, secure the bag. They have like a new job, a raise. They're trying to get something. They are working towards something. Or it could represent it's time for you to be working towards that. Sometimes you need to get other areas of your life together in order for relationships to work out. And then it could be they were just taken out of your life, or they're being taken out of your life to clear the path for somebody that is meant to come in and help you get to the next level. Alright, so hopefully that wasn't confusing, because there's definitely different groups of people that selected the same pile. So use your intuition, take what resonates with you. You should know what applies to you. If you don't, look for a sign, like the card says. Ask your spirit guides. They will be there to guide you, as long as you're open to receiving the guidance. Alright, so hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to leave a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. I do appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye.